Let us know about that new Koly P mixtape, my dog.
Well, it's titled "The Underground King." You know what I mean? And you know, Koly P, like, really, like, came from the underground, like, for real. He's still, like, underground because he underrated. That's how he really feel. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people ask, like, damn, why Koly P ain't whoop because he, you know what I mean? But that nigga went through every spot in Florida, bro. I'm talking about still doing it, and they love him everywhere. And he dropped that, you know, he did that Koly Bible. He did that Koly Luther King. He had a lot of different projects, but he come with that Underground King because, you know, his fans, how his fans still come through, you know, they still fuck with him. They still, you know what I mean? He got a real cult-like following. But one of my favorite tracks on there is that that all that. I like a lot of the intro. I like the depth before the tunnel. I like the whole motherfucking mixtape because I know where he come from. You feel what I'm saying? He really an underground king. He's still working. He's still up to my he done work with big names. He done work with big names and he's still independent. Like, he still got all his ownership. He still got all this shit. You know what I mean? He's still rap hustling. And he really, and I seen how he did it, bro, from the beginning, like how Koly P started, like fresh out the chain game, like he really had to learn the game. And he done seen niggas next to him, you know what I mean? I'm talking about go up top, just go with it. You feel me? Like, but you know, he's still in the mix, figuring it out for himself because he ain't had that machine behind him. You feel me? Figuring it out for himself. I'm like,
Even
damn.
though Polo, even though you say he's underground, what you say to the people that say, you know, he's an all-around big dog from Florida?
Yeah, but Florida's Florida, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, Florida love me. You know, niggas on the West Coast love him too. There's a lot of niggas out of East Oakland, Sacramento. You know, niggas like fuck with Koly. Niggas fuck with Koly in Texas.
Okay, then.
He's
So
still,
basically, right now, so let us know what's going on. So is Koly trying to?
well, that's something you gotta ask him. You know what I mean? He dropping the music. That's something you gotta ask the fans. Like,
And they
so
wanted to know, were you there to
I
handpick
didn't.
help with the music too, or you know, how did you hear? You feel me?
Oh yeah, you know when Koly first came home, me and CHEEZYPURP, you know, God rest his soul. You know what I mean? We picked him up from the Greyhound station. We picked Koly P up from the Greyhound station. He had his net bag, but before then, he been something his achievement award like 90 days before he was gonna come home. He sent me his achievement award, and he was like, you know, he had an achievement award as far as rapping. And you know, there's a lot of talent. It was a talent show in there. There's a lot of talent in prison. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of talent in prison. So he sent me his talent. He sent me that shit from his talent show. And so when I picked him up, you know, we asked him like, dude, that nigga said he want to rap. That nigga asked the nigga with his net bag in his hand. He jumped in the back seat, bro. I was driving. Per was in the passenger seat. The nigga said he wanted to rap. And as soon as he said he wanted to rap, Perk got on the phone and booked him a session. But that was at night. Booked him a session. They were like, come the next day. Choo Choo was in there with him. Choo Choo had to do his ad libs. Koly ain't even know how to do ad libs. He just know how to go in the studio. But that was the first time in the studio.
That
It
was
was
the
a
first time in the studio, basically.
It was a mechanic in there. He had his dog in there. Blowflies flying around. It wasn't AC. You know, we was at Haitian Joe shit, right? It was a warehouse right there on Racetrack Road, like behind CB. Yeah, Phil. We called Phil, and goddamn me, it was a bullshit studio. But at the end of the day, he still got behind the mic, still did his thing. You feel me? Like fresh out. He don't know this. He went in at 16. Now he in the booth. Even though it's bullshit, But then he got with Dirty 1000. And then now when they did a lot of shit. They down. I know he was a real rapper. When Dirty 1000 took him to it, because nigga just pulled up. Choo Choo pulled up immediately. Every nigga pulled up because Koly P home. So he pulled up and he was like just vibing. He was like, man, Koly would ask Choo Choo like, damn, what you think it needs? Like, bro, you gotta do a little ad libs. Koly was like, what's that? And he was like, man, and Choo Choo couldn't explain it. So Koly was like, man, shit, do it then. And then he showed him, he demonstrated it. And I don't even think Choo Choo even thought we was at the studio. He just came to vibe. Like, Choo Choo was a full-blown artist. Man, now that nigga got with Dirty 1000. Dirty 1000 took him to a real studio, and I heard the difference. Because, he's sending us the music. He was sending us the music. And then it was on from there. He did that Going Through the Kolyon. He did that Pour Another Cup. He did that 4 in the bastard. I don't need a brick. See, I'm a real hood nigga, bro. I'm getting hood rich. I be chasing paper. I be chasing paper. I be chasing paper. I be chasing paper. And then that's how Po Boy get involved. Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
Po Boy was involved. So Po Boy was involved early.
Yeah, man. Po Boy. I remember we used to go down there. Niggas was starstruck though. Like, damn, we street niggas and shit. And them niggas really in the industry. It was like Briscoe was performing. And we opened up for him. Boom, had a little shit. And Po Boy was there. That nigga Dirty 1000 was like, but we gonna be rich in the morning. Dirty 1000 said we gonna be rich in the morning, but we gonna be top 40. And at the time, I ain't understand what the fuck he was meaning, but as far as top 40, but the billboard's real. So I'm like, what the fuck? But it was E-Class over there, and then it was another nigga named Ro. So we had to holler at them niggas. He was hollering at them niggas, and we ended up going to the studio. We ended up going to the studio with them boys and recording and shit. Them niggas did a whole project there. Yeah, they shit was nice. They had a real studio there. They shit was nice. They were doing all kind of music there. But it really just gave a nigga confidence. It wasn't really nothing inked or nothing. We just fuck with them boys. We did a project there. It wasn't nothing really inked.